My name's Emilia D'Anzica. I'm the founder of Growth Molecules. We're a customer success advisory firm, and we focus on helping companies protect and grow their revenue. It's really a digital technology as a channel to create this seamless, personalized experience for customers. Too often, customers get stuck in a journey, they abandon the experience, they might go on social and write about it. And not only does it give the company a bad reputation, they're likely to leave and go search for an alternative. Having a just-in-time way for the client to help themselves when they're unsure of what to do helps them throughout the customer journey and provides really relevant information to meet their needs throughout the not only buying cycle, but also post-purchase. And a few examples to answer your second question is to gain awareness of the product. If you're looking at a product, you want to understand how will they alleviate your pain points as a buyer. But if I am in a certain persona, I don't really care about other pain points. I care about mine. So during awareness, you can use digital touch points. And then, of course, during the purchase, having an easy checkout process, multiple payment options, fast delivery, all of those are really important without ever having a human touch. Post-purchase, we think about emails that are personalized, chatbots, and other digital communication to gather feedback and provide personalized recommendations. Last, but not enough companies think about this, digital-led strategies include loyalty programs. If you think about your favorite loyalty programs, for me, it might be Starbucks. They gamify everything, and it's all through an app. And it leads me to find the closest Starbucks, especially when I'm traveling, and to make my purchase there. So it really creates a loyalty experience for your most loyal clients. I believe a digital experience, especially today, is not only essential in a company's overall strategy, but it's never too late or early. Too many times companies start with a very hands-on approach and quickly realize it's not scalable. And so they're in a reactive stage at that point, and they start applying technologies without really understanding the customer journey. So regardless of where you are in your maturity, stop and think about, do I have a customer journey map? Where are there common challenges in that journey where I risk losing the customer? And then where are there opportunities to expand that client? How can I apply a digital experience to them so they can upgrade quickly, for example? Or if they're about to abandon the experience, how can I provide support in real time? A good example of this is United Airlines. They recently added chat for their most loyal customers. And during the pandemic, when waiting for a human to answer that call, and all of these United agents were working at home, they offered people like me the opportunity to chat with an agent instead of being on hold for 1 to 2 hours. And at first I was skeptical. Oh, they can't change my flight this way. They don't understand. It will be too difficult. But I didn't want to wait 1 or 2 hours. So I tried it and loved the experience. It took less than 10 minutes for the agent to understand what was my pain point and go and change the itinerary for me. So that's an amazing way of how to leverage a digital experience. Imagine how many chats that agent can be handling versus one person on the phone where you're just dedicated to that one experience. There are many signals that a company should focus on when they're thinking about how to apply a digital strategy. So the first thing you want to look at is low customer satisfaction. One of the clients we're working with is a public company, and they are very successful. However, they have a very low satisfaction rate, and they didn't realize it until they decided to start measuring not only their net promoter score, which is an indication of the customer experience, but also the customer satisfaction, which is typically measured when they are having a support experience with the customer or support manager. So low customer satisfaction levels, declining customer satisfaction levels, that's a signal that you're trending in the wrong direction and no longer giving a positive experience. High customer churn is another, or low retention, it's often called. If customers are leaving your company at a high rate and not returning after the initial purchase, it could really be a sign that your company's failing to deliver a satisfactory experience. Too often, companies ignore negative customer reviews or feedback. They don't do anything about it. So if your company is not regularly checking what are clients or former clients saying about your product and customer experience when you're not in the room, you're missing a huge signal that you should be paying attention to. Decreased sales or revenue, that's another really big one. Or one that's really important, and again, companies aren't looking at this on the customer support side, is high customer support volume, or if a customer is regularly engaged with you and suddenly completely withdraws from any support. So it can be extremes that you need to look at, especially with your most valuable customers. Those are just some of the many signals that you should be paying attention to when thinking about how do we apply a digital experience and where are we either losing customers or having a decrease in sales. Maximizing the customer experience at scale is a highly debated topic. I listen to companies who are early in their growth stage, so maybe a smaller company, Series A, Series B, saying we're not at that moment yet where our product is simple enough to have a customer journey that's digital led. We need that high touch. And I disagree with them and think about and argue with them with data to show them how much money they're spending on hiring, what that customer experience is like, how much time there is to value, often a long time, all that back and forth, bringing people in, lack of clear documentation that is available, for example, for their engineering team so that they can help with the integrations. That is causing and holding them back from growth. Whereas if they would pause, take the time to create a customer journey map with the right leaders in the room, they would quickly realize that there are common pain points throughout the customer journey where you can apply a digital experience. What do I mean by digital experience? I mean better knowledge-based articles, videos, documentation, like I mentioned, for the engineers when it comes to integrations. All of those can hold up the onboarding and the customer value that they can experience. And so once you show them with data, you build this customer journey map and you start looking at the costs of digital versus hiring yet another person, you will see it's not about eliminating people. It's about giving your employees and your customers the tools they need to be empowered with your products. And that's where I think you really need to start when you think about scaling with digital. Starting a digital customer experience starts with understanding, first of all, what pain point is your product resolving? Who are your customer personas that you're selling to? And then what are the personas that are actually using your product? So often a decision maker might be the chief operating officer, but it's actually the project managers and the engineers who are using the product. So if that's the case, you need to create customer journeys for the buyer and for the user and really understand what are the pain points, what do they really care about, and where's their potential to get stuck. Usually the operating officer cares about reporting, how much it's costing, am I getting value? The user wants to make sure they get their bonuses. They want to make sure they can use the product. They want to make sure they look like a hero in their organization. Very different personas. They deserve a different customer journey. Throughout it, you need to understand how are they going to interact with your products and bring your leadership together to create that customer journey so they all understand. Once you understand that with your pain points and the opportunities to expand, and what I mean by expand is cross-selling to another department, upselling more products, maybe more customers within that customer account can benefit from your product, or of course renewing. So understanding those opportunities for expansion and where to share with them, did you know that we also offer X and here's how it can help you, can be an excellent example of applying technology. So really, when you start by understanding the customer experience, sending them a survey, understanding what they wish they had more of, you will be able to jumpstart your digital-led strategy for your customers, at least even at the very most fundamental denominator, where you can understand across 80% of my customers, how can I simplify their journey with a few digital touch points. I will take this from a book I recently read called The Joy of Agility, How to Solve Problems and Succeed Faster. It's written by Joshua Kirievsky. He's a CEO, entrepreneur, and he is all about agility. And what I learned by reading that book is you need to proactively learn and understand quickly what is working for a client experience, and then either move towards fixing it or enabling, or move away from that. You need to test. You need to understand the customer journey. And just because it's working for you this quarter and this year, a pandemic might hit, a major economic recession might occur. What you thought was working at the beginning of the year, what your OKRs were, what your KPIs are, may not work if a major event occurs. Think about the war. Suddenly everyone going to that part of the world in the Ukraine suddenly had to divert if they were selling there or getting resources from there. So really making sure that you have a plan, and then you test it, you start applying it to more customers. And then if there's a major event that occurs, your product has been enhanced, your customer needs change, you have more products to sell. You need to go back to that customer journey and understand, does this digital-led approach still work? What can I augment? What is no longer working, I need to reduce and apply a new strategy. So really having that iterative, collaborative approach to digital-led, at least on a quarterly cadence, and when a major event occurs, is critical to your digital strategy. Hi, my name is Emilia D'Anzica, and I want to thank 100% SaaS by Successeve for having me on your show today.